Hey y'all, well, I just left the cranial technology doctors, I don't know what to call them, with my babies, and my babies may need helmets. So this was the initial visit, and in the initial visit what they did was they put like a stocking cap thing over their head that was open at the eyes and the mouth and nose, but it was open around here, and it was still came around. That was for them to take the pictures. My babies don't like to sit still, so I gotta get moving. They have been changed and fed before we left the office, but I really just want to jump in really quick just to talk to you guys about why we have been having so many appointments. Okay, so here's the thing. I noticed that one of my babies, when he started to roll and turn, he would only turn to the right hand side. That is baby B. Baby B, he favors his right side. That's what I like. That's the way I explained it to the doctor. He favors his right side. And when she started looking at him, she noticed that one side of the back of his head on the right side is flatter than the left side. And with baby A, the back of his head was a little flatter. But it's not as severe as baby B. So she referred them out to a cranial, I don't know if you would call it like a cranial clinic, cranial specialist, where they would do further measuring and assessments to see if they needed a helmet. But she was pretty sure, she said baby B more than likely will need a helmet. But since she noticed a slight difference in both babies, she said there is a chance that they may say both of them need helmets. So today was that visit, where I took them in for their initial visit to have the 3D images taken and to be assessed as far as neck tightness and what else? I forgot what else it was. It was just so much information all at the same time, which I am so glad that they gave me a folder just full of all the information that they went over, because I was sitting there, I tried not to show it, but I was sitting there in total like shock and worry, because you never know with things like this. And she was saying if I choose to go ahead with the helmet, so that's leading me to believe that there is a choice in the matter. But at the same time, I'm thinking, even if it's a choice, isn't it something that if I don't address it now, it can cause physical, emotional, mental damage later? But she assured me that with the type of flatness that they have, it doesn't affect the brain per se. It just may affect their living later on, as far as like being able to wear glasses correctly, or I don't know. It's just a lot. It's a lot, but I always try to give y'all the raw and the real. I have started trying to subscribe to other parents who have multiples, or not even multiples, just large families. So if y'all know of any good ones to follow, so I won't feel so alone in some of these things that I'm going through, that would be good if you just put their names down below. Suggest some good positive people that even if they're going through something, they just try to see the lighter side of things. People who may have great ideas that I could try to use, because they did tell me in this appointment that there are some stretches and things that I could do at home to help. And it's such a weird thing to go through, because they always tell you lay your babies on your back, lay your babies on their back, to try to prevent SIDS. It helps reduce your chances of your baby having SIDS, which is sudden infant death syndrome. It reduces that by like 50%. But at the same time, they're saying like, oh, they have flat head. Try to do tummy time. We all know that all babies do not enjoy tummy time. Some babies, they like tummy time, but for how long? It's like you can only play with them on their bellies for a certain length of time before they start to get irritated, agitated. I mean, that's just my babies. I know all babies are different, so yeah. I started subscribing to other YouTubers who have large families, multiples, even women who have double sets of multiples. Like, this is my second set of twins. I've seen some people who have 2 and 3 sets of twins, triplets. I did not know that I had this hypoovulate. I did not know until now, because I do have a set of twins that are grown. They're 20, and I have 3 singletons in between. You know, I have 3 singletons, so I just figured, okay, the twin thing was just, you know, it was just something that happened because they run in my family, and I never thought it would hit me again, but it did. So yeah, and I've been told that the older I get, the more my chances go up of having multiples, because now I am releasing more eggs, something to that nature. I don't know. And on both sides. So yeah. What else? I'm just really glad that they gave me this folder, so that when I go home I could really dive into it and really do my own research. Because if, to me, once they give you pamphlets, flyers, and things of that nature, it allows you to be able to have something visual. You really can see what they're trying to say, and if you see words you don't understand, you have time to look them up, Google them, see what the side effects are, you know. So I kind of want to do that. I want to really dive into it before I make any rash decisions. I don't want to say, well, I don't want them to have a helmet because they don't really need it. I don't want to do that, because what if later on down the line something comes up that could have been prevented if I would have went ahead and did what I needed to do now. I don't want to side-eye the exercises that they're telling me. I want to make sure I look into that and do everything I could do at home that can help. I want to try to do as much as I can to make their life easier as they grow, you know. So that's where we're leaving now. We're leaving the cranial clinic. I don't know what to call it. I know it said cranial something, and the people there were so nice. I think they sensed my anxiousness, if you want to call it that, or my nervousness. I think they sensed it, because they just kept saying, this is not going to hurt them, mama, you know, this is what it's going to do. They explained it to help me feel more at ease with them putting the stocking on my baby head. Putting the stocking on my baby head, and yeah, they helped me kind of get through it, and they made sure if I had any questions, they answered them. They didn't just shoot me off. I've been in situations, the reason why I'm saying that is because I have been in situations where a doctor will just tell you something and then they just leave out the room. But in this instance, it was like I was being heard. So that made me feel a little bit better. And the fact that it's 2 babies at one time, they made sure that they took their time with each baby, and they wanted to know the history of each baby. As far as did they have any complications during birth. They didn't just kind of fly through it like, oh, they were born at 36 weeks, okay, and then go on through. No, they wanted to know who presented breech, who presented head first, who had the hardest time actually coming out. Did the doctor have to assist in any way? I said yes, I had a C-section. I gave them all of that. Baby A was born feet first, but it was a C-section, so he presented feet first, but she had to take what else? They just wanted to know everything. Tummy time. What else? I just really can't even think straight right now. I don't know why I tried to do this video now, but I guess because everything is kind of fresh, and I wanted to go ahead and do it before I procrastinate. I'm a procrastinator when it comes to these videos, because it's like you're kind of putting yourself out there. I've seen some videos, and once I started getting into subscribing to more family YouTubers, I've actually seen people make their own videos critiquing and talking badly about people who are just telling you what they're going through. I mean, come on. Now, some of them I can understand. Some of them I can understand. There is one in particular that I was like, okay, good, so I wasn't the only one that noticed that. I'm not trying to be a part of people who are just out here having babies or clout chasing. I'm not for it, because it's not a plaything to me. When you have babies, that is a lifelong commitment. Some people say, oh, it's an 18-year commitment. No, that's a lifelong commitment. Trust me, I have 2 boys that are 20 years old, and I still worry about them just the same as I did when they were 2 months old. So I don't think clout chasing and having babies just so you can say, oh, we're having twins, and clickbait and all of that. I'm not with it. I'm not with it. I'm not with it, because I live this thing, and I know it's not all glitz and glamour. I know you have hard days and hard nights, but I'm not going to use that to say, I'm not going to use it as clickbait. I'm not. These are my children's lives. And I saw some people were mad because you have some YouTubers that don't show their children. So what? That's a form of protection. I don't really show my children like that. When I had my YouTube channel earlier, I showed my children only maybe 2 or 3 times. So it's just in what you feel comfortable with. But that's, like I said, that's a form of protection. That's totally different from clickbait. That's totally different from putting your kids out there and pranking your kids and you know, just doing stuff in the name of $1. Let's just be real. Some people do things for fame, and I'm a believer in the Most High, and in His Word, He said that when you pray, and you pray out loud, doing as the vagabonds would do for man, then you received your reward. You wanted man's approval. You wanted the hand claps of man. So it's like, I'm not doing this for man's approval. I'm doing this because it may help somebody else. It may help me along the way. I may be able to one day look back on the videos and say, okay, we did do this. We went through that and we got through it. Or maybe one day my children will look back on the videos and say, you know what? My mama did that. My mama did that. But I'm just all about encouragement, empowerment, love, and not the fakeness, not the clickbait, not the I'm chasing $1. I don't want the approval of man. I want the approval of the Most High, the creator of all things, both great and small. That's who I'm here for, and that's who I'm living my life for. So I was fruitful and I multiplied. I did that part. So now it's time to really put in the work. Roll up the sleeves and be a woman about mine, and do what my kids need mama to do. I am their advocate. I am their protector. I am their go-getter. So if they need mama to fly them out to a couple of appointments, if they need mama to shell out a few more bucks to make sure they get the helmet they need, or whatever the case may be, I can tell it's money involved, because she said depending on what your insurance will cover, some people choose not to get it. So you know what, that's just another thing. I mean, if we got to cut back on a few things at the house to make sure they have something that's going to benefit them for the long term, then so be it. I am mama. That's my job. My job is not to live in luxury. My job is to be mama. Take care of them. Love on them. Be their voice. If they could speak right now, I do believe they would want their mama to do what is best for them. Because I don't want them to get older and be like, I don't want them to be teenagers and start having issues with, if they want to be on a football team, they can't wear a helmet because their head is shaped different, or if they need to wear glasses, one ear is lower than the other, or something like that, you know. So if there's an issue that I feel that I can help my babies, I want to go ahead and do it now. That's the only way I can put it. But today was our first visit. It didn't last long at all. The staff, they were amazing. They were very nice. They greeted me when I was coming in the door with nothing but, you could, even though we're wearing the mask and everything, you could tell when someone is smiling. It's like they're smiling with their eyes. I'm just gonna say that. They were smiling with their eyes. They reassured me that everything was okay. Don't worry, mama. We're gonna be with you every step of the way. Before they took me into the other room with the imaging, they made sure they explained to me that the machine may look a little intimidating, but it's all just cameras. It's all good. So that was our visit today. I hate that I'm rambling on and on, but I just wanted to let you guys know what's going on with my twins, baby A and baby B. And maybe sooner or later, if I feel a little bit more comfortable, I may share baby A and baby B a little bit more with you guys. They are my babies. I saw one YouTuber said some people, they don't believe that they're their babies because they don't show them. But trust me, they mine. They are mine. And this is baby 6 and 7 for me. And now that I look back on it, my first set of twins both had flat head, but nobody ever, no doctor ever suggested helmets. They never, they mentioned that their head was flatter in the back, and they would say, give them more tummy time. Give them at least 20 or 30 minutes of tummy time. And that was it. This is the first out of all of my children with me actually going to a cranial specialist about helmets. So yeah, well, I guess I will talk to you guys in the next video.